In Yoma 75a, in number 2, in Mishlei, Proverbs 12:25, it says, if there is care in a man's heart, let him squash it. Yashchana. Rabbi Amir and Rabbi Asi dispute the verse's meaning. One says he should forcefully push it, yashichana, out of his mind. And one says he should tell yesichana others. So one is banishing concerning thoughts, and 2 is lowering anxiety by speaking the concerns out loud to someone or to people. And Rabbi Yossi said Hashem's different than flesh and blood. He cursed the serpent, and when it goes to the roof, there's its food. When it goes to the bottom, there's its food too. Number 5. Similarly, he cursed Canaan, that he should be a servant of servants, and he eats what his master eats and drinks what his master drinks, and doesn't worry like a free man does. He cursed the woman, and everyone pursues her to marry her. He cursed the land after the sin of Adam and Eve, yet everyone is sustained from it. Even when God's angry, he doesn't punish his creatures severely. Number 15. If man and woman came to Moses like many other cases previously listed in the Talmudic passage, for example, establishing paternity of a baby born after 7 months of a lady who married a new man but had been with someone else she divorced in the prior 2 months, or 2, seeing if someone's slave was stolen or sold, the mana would demonstrate, because the omer would appear in the location that would answer what wasn't adding up based on the people's claims for judgment. And he says she sinned, and he should be able to divorce without paying her divorce settlement. She says he sinned against her, and so she's worthy of the full settlement of the marriage contract. Moses would say the answer would be in the morning judgment, and if her omer was found in her husband's house, it would mean she sinned against him, because the fact her nourishment was given to her, it was given to his household, signifies he has respected her appropriately and is worthy of nourishing her. And if her omer appeared in her father's house, it would be clear that he sinned against her, and so her nourishment wasn't given to his household, signifying that he's been disrespectful and was not worthy of nourishing her. The manna fell right at the opening of the homes of the righteous, with them expending no effort. This is number 16. The average people went out of the camp and gathered what fell there, and the wicked had to go about further to gather. For the righteous, number 17, it fell as baked bread, and for the average it fell as unbaked cakes, and for the wicked it came in unprocessed form, and consequently they ground it up in a mill. Number 18, Rabbi Yehuda said that, Rav said, some say it was Rabbi Chama, son of Hanina, that women's perfumes fell with the manna, and Rabbi Chama says cooking spices fell for the Jewish people with the manna. Just a moment. Number 19, Rabbi Shmuel bar Nachmani said that Rabbi Yonatan said that pearls and precious stones fell for the Israelites with the manna. And number 20, Rabbi Abahu said, just as the baby tastes different flowers from the breast, since the taste of the milk changes somewhat depending on what foods the mother eats, so too with the manna. They found it in many different flavors based on their preferences. Numbers bamidbar 11:18. And its taste was as the taste of a cake, like shad, baked with oil, shad close to breast like shade, or demons change different forms and colors. Yoma 75b. Number 1, it's proper to eat meat only at night. Shemos, Exodus 16:8. This shall be when the Lord will give you in the evening meat to eat. But didn't Abaya say someone who has a meal should eat it only in the day? It's meant like days, and not the actual daytime necessarily, but where one can, like in the day, see the food he eats. Rabbi Achva bar Yaakov said, at the beginning, the Jewish people were like chickens, pecking at the garbage. Anytime there was food, they grabbed it and ate it, until Moshe came and set specific times to eat, meal times in morning and in evening. For the youth, manna was like bread, and for the elderly it was like oil. So that was Exodus Shemos 16:4 and bamidbar Numbers 11:8. And for the children it was like honey, Shemos Exodus 16:31. That's from Rabbi Yosef, son of Rabbi Hanina. Rabbi Shmuel says in number 11 that the manna was like a bread that was completely absorbed in all 248 limbs, so there was no waste. Sukkah 52. 52a. Number 4, Rabbi Yehuda taught that at the end of days in the future, God will bring the evil inclination and slaughter in the presence of the righteous and in the presence of the wicked. For the righteous, the evil inclination will appear to them as a high mountain, and they'll weep and say, how were we able to overcome so high a mountain? And to the wicked, it appears as a single strand of hair, a mere strand of hair. And they'll weep and say, how are we unable to overcome this strand of hair? Rabbi Asi says, initially when it begins to entice them with evil inclinations like a strand of a spider's web, and ultimately it's like the thick ropes of a wagon. Initially the enticement is almost imperceptible, like a thin strand. However, after one sins, it's like a wagon, ropes tied tightly around him. Number 7, 8, and 9. Rabbi Avira, and some say Rabbi Yeshua ben Levi, taught the evil inclination as 7 names, the Holy One blessed be, and he calls it evil. Bereishis, Genesis 8:21. For the inclination of a man's heart is evil from his youth. Then we have from devarim, Deuteronomy. It says Moshe called it uncircumcised, and circumcise the foreskin of your hearts. David called it impure by inference. Create for me a pure, O God. It said a pure heart. Pray for me a pure heart, O God. And that's tehillim, Psalms 51:12. Shlomo called it enemy. Proverbs, Mishlei 25:21 and 22. If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he's thirsty, give him water to drink, for you'll heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord will reward you. Don't read as reward you, but as reconcile to you, where it'll love you and no more entice you to sin. Yeshayahu called it a stumbling block, from Isaiah, who yes is yeshayahu, 57:14, and he'll say, cast you up, take up this stumbling block out of the way of my people. And we have Ezekiel called it a stone. From Yechezkel, Ezekiel 36:26, and I'll take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I'll give you a heart of flesh. And yoel 2:20, he called it hidden one, but I'll remove the northern Hatzafoni, and Safon means hidden one, far from you. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak berditchev says, when one is involved in studying Torah and observing mitzvahs, they acquire for themselves a portion of the land of Israel, aside from the one that they inherit from their forefathers. For in addition, they earn a portion in the land of Israel on account of their spiritual effect on it, caused by Torah studied, performed mitzvahs. For such engagement, God continuously gives the Holy Land to the Jewish people. The land desires the arrival of the offspring of the patriarchs, because through divine service and prayer, we draw down divine vitality and bounty from the heavenly land of Israel to the lower land of Israel. The Lubavitcher rebbe says, just as priests can only be descendants of Aaron, rabbis and teachers can only be individuals who have attained the necessary levels of knowledge, who are truly God-fearing, and who have absorbed the traditions transmitted through generations, and we should equally require strict qualifications for the inner voices that purport to tell us how to behave, and be sure we're being guided only by pure and positive motives. And I'm going to stop here, and this was the video that I'm saying connects with the 2-year anniversary of this channel. And I would like to say that I also I ate a snack. I ate a special thing I haven't eaten in over 6 months. Plus I ate another snack that reminded me of many years ago, a friend of mine, who I feel would be very proud of me for doing this, actually, Deborah. And then I also got myself some delicious drink that reminds me of someone who supported me a lot with this video channel. So that is all for now, and I wish you a good a good rest of your week. Success. All the best.